Daniel Michael getting ready for a trip to Columbus for the Ohio State Invitational. This has really seemed like your main event of the fall for everybody, and I suppose it's something you circle on the calendar, a meet that you guys want to do pretty well at.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've all been looking forward to this meet for the fall. Really gearing up for it, and it's going to be really interesting for the 6-day session, or the 6-session weekend, because we're going to have to really work on getting to recover better. Dan Ross mentioned that maybe we could have done that better during Big Tens, and I feel like he's definitely right. You know, I think we can do a lot better recovering in between sessions, and that's going to help us pace ourselves mentally for the rest of the meet.
Maybe you could expound a little bit more on the mental aspect of the meet, you know, being ready to swim multiple times over the course of a weekend instead of just 2 or 3 times the duel?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for us is just taking one race at a time. We're all going to be at different points for this meet. Some people swim really well in the winter, some people need to wait until they get a full taper. Just really taking one race at a time and encouraging teammates.
Thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Alec LaMothe getting ready for the Ohio State Invitational in Columbus this weekend, and this kind of serves as a mini Big Ten championships preview, and the 6 sessions over the course of 3 days, I imagine, is kind of a big part of the meet.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good meet. First of all, we have Penn State, Michigan State, and Ohio State there, so we're going to have good competition before Big Tens, and these are some teams that we usually don't get to swim. Like Penn State, we usually never get to do a meet or see them until Big Tens. So it'll be exciting to see the way they swim against us there.
Coach Ross was mentioning that things are a little bit different this meet as opposed to maybe years past that you've been here at Purdue, whereas this year it's in December and it's changed up your training schedule just a little bit. Could you expound on that?
Yeah, usually we have Purdue Invitational here, and we're done before Thanksgiving, and that's our big meet. And so this has given us a few more weeks to train hard and see how much more work we can get done before going into winter training and after finals. So it'll be interesting to see this extra couple weeks that we've had, and then started our rest to get ready for this meet and show some really fast times.
Thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Jimmy Brooks getting ready for a trip to Columbus for the Ohio State Invitational, and this meet kind of serves as a Big Ten preview. Tell us a little bit about the mindset going into a 6-session weekend meet.
The guys are getting pretty pumped for the meet. There's a lot of energy on deck lately. A lot of the guys are getting geared up for their big races. You have your top 3 or 4 races you got to focus on for the end of the year. So this meet is a nice preview for that, seeing how you can kind of compare yourself to the other people in the Big Ten that'll be there at the meet. Guys are duking it out for some spots in the travel squad and all that type of stuff. So this meet's a good preview for what the squad might look like at the end of the year. So it's a lot of good competition within the team and against the other guys in the Big Ten.
Yeah, you mentioned the Big Ten competition that'll be there this weekend. Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State. Does that provide a little bit more energy on deck when there's so many good teams in attendance?
Absolutely. There's a lot of guys. I mean, the swimming community is pretty small, so you swim against a lot of people on those other teams that you kind of grew up with swimming, swim against them growing up. And these other teams, we haven't seen them a lot during the year, traditionally, since I've been here. So it's going to be pretty cool seeing them during the season rather than just at the end of the season. And it'll be a different competition, which is always nice.
Thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Ross getting ready for a trip to Columbus for the Ohio State Invitational, a meet that serves as kind of your main meet of the fall and a meet you guys get geared up toward. And I guess what I'd like to hear from you mostly is kind of the difference between a pre-Thanksgiving Invitational and a post-Thanksgiving Invitational that you got this year.
Great question. We haven't been to a December Invitational in a long time. I said 20 years to somebody, and I'm not sure that's accurate or not, but it's definitely been a while. The difference between the November invites and the December invites, November invites usually are just a lot of fast swimming. Some people might rest and shave a little bit, but it's just a good, solid fall meet. The December invites seem to be. The difference is almost everybody prepares a little bit more, suits up a little bit more, which is really significant on the women's side, put a jammer on the men's side, and maybe rest, maybe even shave some people. So people that don't understand swimming nomenclature, that's a big deal in our sport, is to really back off quite a bit and taper, so to speak, from a lot of yardage and to a smaller amount, a little more intensity, and then eventually rest all the way. So we're going to see. This is going to be really interesting to see how our guys handle it. I'm a little out of my comfort zone trying to figure out exactly how to approach this meet, but when it really comes down to it, we're going to see 3 of the states: Penn State, Michigan State, Ohio State. Teams we're going to have to see is the Big Ten. Look at them eye to eye. We don't get to see Penn State very often. See where we stack up with them we're kind of an all-even playing field competition in the middle of the season. So I'm really interested to see how our guys respond. The only negatives, our divers are going to be there, but they've got, with all the Olympian guys, they've got nationals in a couple weeks, so they're not going to be there. So, but it gives us a chance to travel everybody. We get to do that once a year. We're staying home for Christmas to train, so we're going to take everybody to see them in kind of a rested situation as opposed to going to some training camp where we're beating the crap out of them. So it's really going to be a different dynamic and a lot of fun, I think. And all the coaches that have been to this meet, Michigan State, Penn State, say it's a really well-run meet and really good quality thing. So I'm a little nervous. We haven't done it in a long time, and I'm anxious to see how our guys respond.
Thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.